Hello, and welcome to Second Galaxy. We're gonna do a review on how to lower the cooldown of your super device. And not many people know this, but your super device's cooldown is not just based on time. You can lower it by some energy manipulation. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna increase my ship's energy bonus. You see here I'm using the Murdoch. I'm gonna increase its energy bonus by a lot. I'm giving them 3 of these components, and we're bringing it up to over 16,000 energy. And with that energy, what I'm gonna do is I have these 3 devices here that total add up. Activation cost is gonna be 100% of my energy. So in 1 second, I'm going to spend all of my energy, and I want to see how much will that reduce the cooldown of our super devices, right? That's going to be pretty cool to see. Using up all our energy in 1 second, how much will that reduce our cooldown reduction? And it'll answer the question, is it worth doing such a build? That's what we're going to find out. That's the purpose of today's video. So I can't wait to do these experiments, and then at the conclusion, I'll make a build that will take our results and we'll break it and try to make a perfect build for it. So what I'm waiting for, I'm gonna wait for my super device right here on the right to be about half, and then I'm gonna spit out all my abilities at once, and I'm gonna document how much cooldown it went up. So boom, 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 boom. I just did all of them, and wow, look at that. It raised it to about 75%. It was at 50%. Now it's at 75% complete. So it looks like spending 100% of that 16,000 energy in that 1 second gave us about 25% cooldown reduction. Now, here's the big thing we need to test. Was that, Jesse, hey, was it just all that amount, or was it now based on, here's what I'll just do. I'll just show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower the energy cap decrease. I'm gonna lower it so I get a total of less than half of what I had before, 7,000 now. So I'm equipping 3 of these devices. I'm gonna keep my 3 devices the same. I'm gonna equip 3 new components that will lower my total energy. And here's what we're gonna find out. Was it all of that energy I used and spent, the 16,000, that reduced it by 25%? Or is it just based on a percentage based? So theoretically, when I hit these 3 buttons, one of 2 things will happen. Either 1, it will bring my cooldown to 75% like it did before, or 2, it should bring it to about 66%, half, since I'm gonna be spending half of the energy. So let's see here how spending energy, this will tell us how spending energy affects our cooldown reduction on our super device. This test is very important because now we're gonna learn something right here when I press these 3 buttons. Oh! And you can see it did the same thing. I spent 7,000 energy and it reduced the cooldown by the same amount. So we can make a really exciting discovery that I don't think anybody has even touched yet, and a new exciting conclusion. And that conclusion is spending a percentage of your energy increases the cooldown, not the amount. That's huge. So that means equipping things that are bringing your total energy very high might not be good because you're lowering your cooldown on your super device. Let me say that again. You're lowering your cooldown on your super device by bringing more total energy because you're going to be spending less total percentage amount. So now I'm just going to test one more thing. I am equipping 3 energy recovery things. The point of me equipping those is just to make sure, just to test, to make sure that just clicking the buttons isn't increasing my energy in any way. I don't think it is, but we need to test to make sure because that could be a discovery in itself. But going back to what I was saying before, so actually let's just hold off. Let's gather our thoughts and let's hit these buttons right now. Boom, 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 boom. Right? I feel like I'm a guy in Dragon Ball Z, and look at that. Unsatisfied. I hit all these buttons and it didn't increase it. So yes, the amount of your super device over there on the right is affected by the percentage of energy you spend. And therefore, if we spend a high amount of percentage of our energy, we can therefore make our super devices cooldown very short. Now, let's also just test how something that will like be continuously using energy, so I'm gonna use this cloaking device because that seems like it's a good thing to do. It'll be a set amount of energy. I have 10,000 energy for this test. It's gonna start using 7,000 or 700 energy, and it'll keep draining 700 energy per second. A nice test to use. Very consistent. Let's see what cloaking does for our energy, and let's see what it does for our cooldown of our super device. So here we go. I'm gonna click it. It's gonna take a little while to charge, but that's fine. So I'm so excited to learn that this super device is affected by the percent of energy you spend and not the maximum amount of energy you spend. This is so awesome. Look at this. My thing is draining, and then probably right when it hits 0, it's all going to accumulate and burst at once. So let's say, boom, there it goes. Yup, we're back at 75%. Yup, there we go. That's the conclusion, everyone. The percentage of energy you spend, roughly about 100% of your energy, equals about 25% cooldown reduction. So now let's break it. Let's make a build with this. So I'm going to choose this Phantom. It has a great passive. When it kills someone, it gets you a shield. And its super device is really strong. It does 9,000 damage, and it refracts to 3 enemies, doing a little bit less damage each time. I'm choosing this because it's a great thing to fight versus NPCs. It also is going to do that energy recharge amount. Remember how we were saying before, we want a recharge amount. We don't care about our percentage of energy we have. We want something that has good device recharge amount, which is why I'm choosing the Phantom, and that's 4.5 per license level. So 4.5 times 5 is, I think, about 18.5 or 18 roughly. I don't know, I'm just doing this math real quick. So yeah, this Phantom has about 18.5 energy regen when I use an energy device. So here's some pictures of it. I love it. It looks pretty cool. Cool dude. But yeah, so I'm gonna put those things on. These 3 things will give me shield recharge amount increase, and I'm gonna put them, remember, their negative effect is energy cap decrease by 12.6. Remember, we want that because now that our total energy is lower, we're gonna turn that negative effect into a positive effect. I'm gonna give us a little bit of defense boost here, just to well-round it, because we're going to equip a lot of shields. And of course, I need this is the key thing, the recovery augmenter here, the energy recovery augmenter, which gives me that energy rate boost, and that will stack with my energy recharge devices recharge amount. That's about like 18 and a half. So that means we're going to be gaining a large amount of energy, and we're going to be gaining a large amount of shields. Look at that, 625.9 per second. So I'm not going to put on just one, I'm going to put on 2 of them. And you can see, like, compared to like how they usually look at this, like 48, 131. That's how it normally is, 189, some low amount like that. Like, wow, let's put that 189 one on. That turns to 424 with all these boosts. That's insane. And wow, so let's put this bad boy back on. 279 turns to 625. Oh my gosh. So we're going to put on 2 of them because we're going to stack what we're strong as. And the same thing with this energy recharger. This thing is recharging energy, stacking with our recharge device amount, stacking with our energy recovery augmenter. So you have to use our bonuses. And you can let's look at our power, and my processing and power is filled up to the max here. Why? Because I equipped these 3 strategic weapons. These 2 lasers, which my ship is very good, uses laser precision bonus and some cooldown reduction. So lower because those lasers have about 19 seconds cooldown. But I need this railgun right here. Why? Because it has a 3.8 cooldown per second, and it does kinetic damage, unlike my lasers that do thermal damage. So the kinetic damage is important, and the low cooldown of that railgun is important. But Jesse, why is the low cooldown of that railgun important? Well, remember, my ship's passive, that tactical component up there, it does something very unique. When I can stack my tactical component 5 times and I defeat an enemy, it will give me a very, very large shield. And that shield will stack with those 2 shield generators I have. So altogether, I'll be able to keep my shields very much. See, there it is. Stack effect 5 times to 16 to 9,024 shields. My ship's total shield is 22,000. So that can get me to about a third of my shields. Plus, remember, those large devices are giving me 625 shield per second for about 15 seconds. So that's another 6,000 plus shields, and I can't wait to test this out. Now, before I jump into testing it out, I just want to give a quick shout out to my corporation Genesis. This is us right here. We have a large amount of people. If you want to see and join these operations, we have these voice comms, and we're doing all sorts of missions and getting into all sorts of fights and everything. We have like it's a lot of missions, have over 200 allies and members fighting and getting into these crazy wars, as you can see here. Fighting is intense. The fun is off the charts. Come join Genesis. Check us out if you want to join our alliance. It's Sun Helios. If you want to join, we used to be Hyperion, now we're Sun Helios. If you want to join our corporation and get involved into fights like these, please check us out. I'll put a link in the Discord. You can see we're really taking it to them here. Dang, I'm taking some damage, but we're doing all sorts of stuff. So, I'm about to die. Let me go back to base. Just kidding. I'm not gonna go back to base because my support is healing me now. Thank you, Roomba, my support. And we're gonna take it to him and get him out of here. So yeah, if you're looking to join a corporation for some vast fun and crazy fights like this, check out Genesis, and you too will be taking it to the enemy. Now, let's get back to our build. I'm jumping straight in a wormhole here, and I'm going to try to just jump in the middle and take on 6 opponents at once. I do not recommend doing this at home unless you know what you're doing. And I know what I'm doing here because we just tested these builds, and we know that we're stacking on stacking on stacking. So you can see here that railgun really going into work with that 3-second cooldown. My passive is already charged here thanks to my thanks to the railgun, and so I'm getting shields that way. Don't even need to use my shields yet, my device shields yet. And you can see here, I haven't even really been taking that much damage. There we go. Now I'm going to start using those devices, and remember, that's increasing my cooldown of my super device by an insane amount, and I only used 1. So our super device cooldown is now really short. It's probably about 30 seconds in combat, and it's really going up, and I haven't even used my second shield device yet, and I'm going to use it now pretty soon. Actually, no, I can hold on to it. I always want to hold on a little bit because I want to let my passive do the job for me. I don't want to use a shield device if my passive will bring me to 100%. It's very, very important. See, the stacks are all the way up. I have 5 stacks here. Know your ship, know how they work. And you can see here, now I'm about half. I don't even need to worry about my super device right now going in, kicking into effect, because even though I'm fighting all these guards at once, they're all shooting at me and fighting, I'm just sitting here relieved. I'm not even scared. Look at this. I'm taking it to them, using my energy. There it goes. Once I use all my energy, my super device is ready to go. And that's the point of this video that I need to show you. The super device will always be in clutch now, and those items that you equip that reduce your total percentage energy, those negative effects, we can turn those negative effects into a positive effect. And here, this ship right here, if you want to copy this build, right there, I showed you how to build it. It's a nice build. It will give you enough shields for a wormhole. Very strong. You could probably take down anybody 1 versus 1 with this. The only thing that will stop you if 2 people come, and one of them's gonna really try to suck your energy, because I'll say the disadvantages of the ship is it's very slow. It could probably even take on 3 versus 1 with this build, because we maximized every part of this build. The power was at the max, the processing was at the max. We stacked our shields on shields on shields. We stacked our energy on energy on energy. But that's how you need to do your builds. And that's how we need to manage our energy. And that's how our super devices go. Let's look at that thing go. Very great. I hope you guys learned something today. I know I did about our super devices cooldown. So if you want more videos, just like and subscribe. They'll make me feel happy when I see people liking and subscribe to videos. But I just enjoy making them. I will probably come out with once a week because I'm busy with work. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.